This is just another crypto hoarder, Clif Desmond, just another crypto hoarder, not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice show. No, far from that. In fact, it's all about my opinion through my experience. And there are ups and downs. I've experienced all of them. And you're experiencing some right now too, especially if you hold a lot of XRP. So right now, of course, the SEC has the lawsuit against Ripple, and a lot of folks are backing away from XRP. There's this fear mongering going on out there. If people love fear, why do you go to a scary movie? Did you go to the beach the next day after you watched the movie Jaws years ago when it came out? Now, you got to be an old timer to be able to do that. But I'll bet you, even if you watched the movie Jaws right now, you're not going to want to go to the beach tomorrow. Of course, in the wintertime, we don't go to the beach unless you're in Florida, like I am. And I am in Florida. That's where I'm at an undisclosed location, we call it. But I'm just another crypto hoarder, not a financial advisor. So this is not financial advice. Don't be motivated by anything I say to buy or sell anything, because what I'm into even more than that is to helping you cope with what you're going through during the ups and downs of, what's going on right now with the SEC and Bitcoin and Ripple. Mm-hmm. It's kind of strange how the haters, they all say, sell your XRP. So, right now, and now today's the 30th of December 2020. We're going to step into a whole new year. This SEC thing, I think, is going to kind of go away. And XRP will be back with it. Okay. So don't let the drop in the value of the XRP at this time, not yet, because, I'm keeping my ear to the rail. I'm listening to all these other folks out there that are talking about XRP. Now, this morning, this is strange. I was dragged, kicking and screaming, into a radio talk show that's produced by a financial advisor. And I'm not a financial advisor, but this guy who has this radio show is. In fact, after it's done, I produce a lot of content for YouTube, particularly at a radio station where there are 3 radio stations, and I've been concentrating on making videos out of all the locally produced radio shows that we do. And this morning, there's the Team Martech Radio Hour, where a financial advisor, a lawyer, a retired Wisconsin prosecutor who wasn't present at the show physically, but called in during the show. His name was Alan Love. And it's his fault. They were talking about finances and investing and things like that. And all of a sudden, Alan just said, oh, well, Clif's into cryptocurrency. Why don't you pull him over to a mic? Set up a mic for him real quick. Well, I'm the guy in the studio running the cameras and producing the show. So I had to quickly find a microphone, make sure it was over there, get it in place. And I got up and I got over there and I sat in the air chair with the host of the show, Joe Martech, with Alan Love on the phone. And he starts asking questions about crypto. And I was kind of startled because, I've asked Joe on several occasions about cryptocurrency, and these professional financial advisors are afraid to talk about it. You know why? They're under regulation. You see, we have to send a physical copy of every show that Joe does to his compliance people out in California, because he's the financial advisor and he has a radio show and he has to say things just right. There's things he can't say. There's disclaimers he has to say. And we have to prove it by sending a copy to California to the compliance people. But then suddenly I'm dragged kicking and screaming into his financial show, the Team Martech Radio Hour. You can find it on YouTube. And there's a lot of our radio stuff over there. I'm not a financial advisor, and this program that I do, Just Another Crypto Hoarder, and other internet endeavors have nothing to do with the radio station that I work for, because I work for a brick and mortar radio station, a real radio station. In fact, 3 radio stations in one building. Figure out how we did that. 3 AM radio stations in one building. And well, we've got live streams. We've got the Google Home and the Alexa capabilities. They know us, they'll find us. You'll find us. Okay, you know how to find the crypto hoarder. My name, Clif Desmond. You Google my name with one F, Clif with one F, and you'll find all kinds of stuff I'm into. And we're about to unleash something else pretty soon too on one of our other channels. And I say channels because clifdesmond.net with one F, that's my website, will take you to my website where you can choose from a couple of different things that I'm into on the internet. Other than the brick and mortar radio station, there's just another crypto hoarder. That's me right here, right now. And basically, the only advice I'm going to give you on just another crypto hoarder is probably going to be more into things like learning how to pay attention to your own intuition, that gut feeling you get about things, that instinct deep inside of you that you call instinct because you don't want anybody to hear you say you might think you might be psychic or something. So it's instinct. How to follow your instincts whenever you do anything. And well, being a crypto hoarder, I started a little late in life before I started investing anything anywhere. And if you've watched previous shows, and a couple of them, I think I've explained why I got into XRP when I did, a little over a year ago. And the reason for it, I'll briefly mention that a friend of mine had given me some change in Bitcoin back when Bitcoin was under $1. I think it was like 23, 26 cents, something like that. And my brother-in-law did some calculating because he's into crypto and he's really into XRP. And he calculated that 26 cents today, which is just over a year ago, would have been $6,000 if I'd have kept track of it. I can't ever let that happen again. And since I'm older now, maybe a little wiser, I'm also at the point to where I think it'll be nice if XRP does continue to do this bull run thing. And I think it'll get right back to the bull run once the SEC was chasing something down that's past the statute of limitations, but it needs to be brought out anyway. It needs to be settled. And once it's settled, everything will be back to normal. And I think the bull run will continue. But if it doesn't in my lifetime, I'm an old guy. I've got grandchildren. In fact, I'm going to have some great-grandchildren pretty soon. There's one, my first great-grandchild, and I'm only 62 years old. So, yeah, I'm going to work till I drop. And why not? I like what I do. I love radio, and I like doing blogs, too. And when it comes to something that you can participate in, and you need something desperate to do while you're waiting on, XRP to make the comeback, I got a little surprise for you. What I have for you today is it's called geomining. Do you know what geomining means? Geomining is when you can run your phone and sort of like mine for coins. You're not mining for crypto coins. You're mining for these points. It's called XYO geomining. Kits are available on the XYO website, which we're going to look at in just a minute. XYO is an effort to create a vast geospatial blockchain-powered location network currently under development with the goal to provide accurate, certainty-driven location data on everything from cars to smartphones. I can tell you a little bit how it works. It's in your phone. Let me see. It's in my phone. What does it look like? It looks something like this in the phone, see? And when you... I'm letting it do its thing. I'm letting it do its thing because, well, I started doing this, I think it was back in March. Maybe it was February or back around that time of 2020. And I got disgruntled at some point because of a mistake I made. You got to read all the directions always, and you have to do it right the way they want to do it. And because, you see, when you're geomining these points. They look like dollars and cents coming in, but really they're just points. And you get up to 10,000 of these points, you can cash them in for actual XYO. The price of XYO is always changing every minute because it's a cryptocurrency that can be bought and sold on exchanges. And as of the writing that you're reading on the screen here now, the price of one XYO token was at 0.002 in USD. Oh, I love Zoom and I love what it does, and I love being able to do this because, if you can get into geomining, it'll give you something to do. Now, there's a premium geomining. You don't need to start with the premium. You want to start, it's free. It's free when you start. And you'll also need a geomining US, well, what do you call it? One of those satellite tracking devices, And the first one you'll get might look like this. Okay, and most of them are free. You only pay for the shipping, which is, believe me, just a little bit. And you got to have these. You put the app in your cell phone, your Android, or if you got an iPhone, they have an app for that too. It's called Coin App, COIN, Coin App. Yes, and well, you can start collecting these coins I was telling you about, and without getting one of these devices. It's a GPS tracking device. Let me tell you the cool thing about the GPS tracking device. It verifies where your phone is. So you're riding around in your car and coins are popping everywhere. You know why? Because, well, you're kind of getting paid in these points for you're driving past somebody on their cell phone playing a game, and it verifies their location because they don't have GPS in their cell phone. Neither do I, but this device really helps. And having GPS in your phone would still require probably that you would have one of these Sentinels. They're called Sentinels. All right. The XYO Foundation, a blockchain foundation for all. The XYO Foundation offers resources to educate individuals, developers, and enterprises who are excited about the possibilities of location-based data network built on shared incentives. And there's all kinds of questions that could be answered in here. Open source initiatives, inviting developers and engineers and those interested in expanding those skill sets to contribute to the pool of technology, which incorporates the XY Oracle network. And they take pride in building fulfilling and meaningful relationships, partnerships with companies interested in taking their tech to the next level with XYO network. And once you really get into it and you see what's going on here, here's a picture just below my lovely face, down in this, I'm in the upper right-hand corner, but this little phone, well, that's the Coin App. And you see the number across the top. That tells you how many coins you've accumulated. Once that gets up to 10,000, then you can go ahead and swap it out for, you can swap it out for XYO, which is a cryptocurrency in itself. But you can also cash it out for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's why the premium package, I go with a pure premium package. It's only about $35 a month, but you will accumulate some points. I mean, the coins will pop. You'll drive down the street, and it shows you a little GPS map, see the streets. And, you see the little blue box in the circle here that the coins are coming out of? They're floating up into the air. And you see this little, it's got 3 stars in it. It's a little icon logo. When you see that, you click it, and you see a little countdown taking place because that means somebody made some kind of a coin drop, or you automatically pick something up, and you hit it. And what pops up, if you click it before 100,000 other people do real quick, and it only takes a few seconds, you got to click it quick. It's extra bonus coins. So you can build up quite a few bonus coins without the Sentinel, but you'll need the Sentinel. Now, just the first Sentinel that you get, I think, is a free one. This one is called the X, Sentinel X. And it gives you even more bonus coin points towards your XYO or maybe ETH or Bitcoin BTC. Oh, yes. And it's all available on my website, clifdesmond.net. That's Clif with one F, because I've been told there's only one F in Clif. All right. Watch out for the meteor floating by the Earth in your screen there. But you'll see 3 phases of clifdesmond.net. Endeavors in cyberspace. The internet allows you to create your own world. I have done this. I've created my own universe. And you can too. And if you like to do a little blogging now and then, we can have a lot of fun because there's just another crypto hoarder, which this show will be available on this page that I just clicked to, probably in a few hours. Okay. Here are some of the latest. We just started doing this not too long ago, right? We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. This will be our 8th week. This will be program number 8, I believe. I'll have to double check because each program is numbered. And if you want to go all the way back to an earlier, one of the things I kind of hope you'll do is you can really, really help me out. And you don't even have to send me any money to really, really, really help me out. Isn't this cool? Isn't it nice to be able to help somebody? Whenever somebody needs help, they always want money, don't they? Not this guy. I'm just another crypto hoarder dude. And the wonderful, most awesome thing you could do for me right now is hit that subscribe button. It'll help the algorithms find me. Okay, it'll cause all the haters and all the trolls to find me, so I can deal with them my own way. Okay, and we're gonna have a lot of fun in doing this. So subscribe, hit the like button, and share it. Share it with your friends, or share it on your social media, your Facebook or your Twitter or something. And if you're into any of these other guys that are out there doing that, I'll tell you what, I love what they're doing because that's what I watch all the time. I used to get up and watch the news first thing in the morning, but the news has become so manipulated and so controlled and so fake. Well, we were talking about intuition. We were talking about instinct, the gut feeling. What's my gut feeling on what has happened in our presidential election? And I think that the Democrats right now have proven deep state activity in the Republican Party. They've proven it. Yes, they have. You know how? You remember that $1,200 stimulus package? We were supposed to get another $1,200, right? Okay. But then that got cut down to like $600. Then the president stepped in and said, "Oh, no, we'll make it 2,000 by golly." And you know what? All the Democrats said, "Yeah, make it 2,000. Let's do this." And what is the holdup? Well, it goes to the Senate from here, and we're right in between those two decisions. The Senate is next with this, and I think you'll discover. You remember that deep state that President Trump talked about a lot? Okay, a lot of the Democrats thought that was an accusation towards them, that they were. No, the deep state are the bad guys that are disguised as good guys. That's the way it always works with deception. For instance, if the devil himself were to decide he was going to deceive you, he's not going to walk up to you and introduce himself, say, "Hi, my name is Satan, and I'm here to deceive you. Okay, are you ready?" Of course not. What kind of an idiot would go for a deal like that? Okay, but this thing being holding back on the folks in this country that have suffered for so long through this pandemic. And I'm glad they got the medicines ready. I'm glad everybody's going to get to take their shots. I'm still going to wear my mask when I'm out there in the public because, I'm one of those guys that are vulnerable in that age group. Luckily, I'm not suffering from any pre-existing, breathing conditions or heart conditions. I was once diagnosed with diabetes, and what I did was I ate my way out of it with real nutrition, real food, and it null and voided itself. And my doctor said, "We're taking type 2 diabetes off of your diagnosis." The only real major health problems I've had since then were just, major arthritis, both hips gone, replaced. I'm recovered, and I'm here to stay, folks. Just another crypto hoarder. Now, back to the homepage on clifdesmond.net. It's not just another crypto hoarder there. I'm into a few other things. I'll show you the one that people kind of shy away from the most because it's the most controversial. The Edge with the Cliff. The Edge with the Cliff is a life experience in being unindoctrinated from the fear, guilt, and control matrix Yeah. And thanks to the opening of my eyes quite a few years ago, when I met the guy that wrote this book. It's called The Apostle Paul Antichrist. Was the actual message of Jesus obstructed by the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, who might just be the original Antichrist? You mean he botched the truth? He turned good news into fake news? Is that why this country's in the condition it's in right now? We followed Paul instead of Jesus. Oh, sorry. You're sold out. But that's a matter of opinion, mine, right? And you have the ability to click out of that, just go back up to home and see what else I do. There's one other thing that's about to be unleashed, probably within the next week, and that is the puppetry part. This is the part I've been waiting for the longest because I've been doing puppets all my life. I've been making puppets. I made my first puppet when I was 8 years old. You know, I got in trouble because it wasn't exactly up to the standards that the teacher had assigned the class. My friend Anthony Bodie, who's from Winchendon, Massachusetts, he and I both had the wrong idea. We were supposed to make just a simple cutout on a stick and put some kind of cultural clothing on it. We were supposed to get help from it was like third grade, I think, something like that. And well, he made a Casper the Friendly Ghost, and well, we were poor kids, so I didn't have much to work with. So I took a piece of cloth and I cut it out to fit on there, and I kind of did as best as I could at the time. But I got really serious with puppets when I was 10 because I saw the Muppet people on TV playing with some of the puppets that they made, and I was amazed at how they could make them look real. And as you can see here, I've got a design. These puppets in the middle of the screen were all made with a pattern I designed. I designed a free puppet pattern you can download and make puppets like that. There's all the instructions. Read all the instructions first, preparing the pattern, blah, 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 all the details. And then once you get down past that, you start to see something here. There's the head, there's a left arm and a right arm and a torso. And when you put all that together, it looks like one of these three in the middle. As we drop down further, it's starting to come to form. And there are the choices of colors that you have when you make this pattern out of the 9 by 11 inch felt squares in all fabric shops, in the craft section of all department stores. They're all there. All these puppets were made with this pattern, and these were a little bit larger variation of the same pattern. You see in a video we made, this dude supposedly, allegedly ate this 6-foot sub in 2 seconds. And here is the pattern itself. Now, all these print out on regular printing paper, which is sized just right for the 9 by 11 inch felt squares I told you about. You'll need 2 felt squares for each pattern piece. So that's the head. You need 2 felt squares. You need 2 more for the body. And you need 2 more. That's 6 altogether. And then you might want an extra one, for the nose. Make sure the nose matches colors with the rest of the body of the puppet. And then there's the mouthpiece, which is interesting. And, well, you could use cardboard or you could use foam board, but you want to cover it with maybe black felt with a red tongue inside or something. Now, here's a way you can actually sew the mouthpiece on and then turn it right side out to give it that look like I showed you on these other puppets. Have you noticed how the mouthpieces, you see that smooth mouth? See how smooth the mouths are on these puppets? People say, oh, that's foam. That's foam like the Muppets. No, they do use foam, yes, but that's felt. And polyfill fills in all the gaps in the fingers, and there's special ways you have to know how to turn it right side out after, and you have to stuff the fingers too. So you use a pencil eraser to stuff the polyfill down into the fingers. But anyway, you can download the pattern, clifdesmond.net, and you remember how to get there. Let me see if I remember how to get out of it. Because I'll tell you what, it's all right there, all the way down to the end of the pattern. You can print the whole thing out, and Well, I actually sold these on eBay up till around maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Sold them like hotcakes. And then I also had them on my website where all you'd have to do was click. And I charged $9.95 for those, and I sold hundreds of them. And oh my goodness, it was nice. That first year I did that, I was not only selling the pattern, but I was making puppets with the pattern and selling them on eBay. Now, if you use my pattern to make your own puppets, they are your puppets. I hand my designing rights over to you with this pattern. So if you made your own videos with these puppets, you see what I'm saying now. Now get ready to meet some of these puppets. Now, don't expect any kid shows from me because there's so many deceptive people out there, and I've got good reasons to do this because I remember one time I was doing a show at a county fair, and at the fair, this guy had come along to help out with things, and he did like an MC. Later found out he was a bad guy when it comes to kids, and I decided, nah, I'm not going to do anything that'd be of help to those guys at all. So what I'm going to do with my puppets on video is not going to be any kids show. It's going to be for adults. It's going to be for adults. I think we can do this because I've seen it done. They're doing it out there in the mainstream. You know, Jeff Dunham. He comes so close to the edge of filth, it's pathetic, but it's funny. And you notice he doesn't cross that line. So I think we can do something like that where we can come so close to the line that people are screaming and putting on the brakes without even being in the car. They're going, oh my gosh, what they're doing. No. But you won't know I'm doing it. The puppets will get blamed for it. But I'm just another crypto hoarder. That's all there is to it. Not financial advice. Remember, my opinions are mine, but they're according to my gut feeling. It's according to my instincts. And I do all my own personal research. You do all your research too, by golly. You make sure, because there's a lot of stuff to learn out there about what we're doing with crypto. And the Geomining with the Coin app, which is free. You can start right now. So get into your Play Home or your Play Store, whether it be from Apple or even the Google Play Store, and look for Coin app. Get it in your phone and read all the instructions about it and everything, and then just try it because you don't have to have the Sentinel yet at first. It'll work without the Sentinel. Then when you get the Sentinel, wow, what a surprise. It only takes a few days. All you pay is the shipping on the Sentinel. So go there and check it out. I think there might be some links to get you there. Go back to clifdesmond.net under Just Another Crypto Hoarder, and we got places where you can sign up for things and really cool things, like XYO, like XRP. If they're still going to see, that's that SEC lawsuit scaring everybody, scaring the pants off of people. Please pull your pants up, people, because you don't need to fear. Because fear is the only thing you really need to be afraid of. Fear itself. That's the only thing you need to worry about. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. A great wise saying by a great wise guy of the past. This is Just Another Crypto Hoarder. Clif Desmond, thanking you for giving me a couple minutes of your time today. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. And we'll see you again next time right here.